I took off my prosthetic leg in a parking lot to prove to a stranger that I had every right to park in a handicap spot. 3 years ago, a drunk driver ran a stoplight, cut off a semi-truck, and sent that truck straight into me. What followed was a chain reaction. 2 more cars, then an embankment. When they pulled me out, my leg was crushed beyond saving. They amputated below the knee. I also lost the tip of one finger and all of another. The scars that cover my body used to make me avoid mirrors, but I'm working on that. The insurance payouts and settlement money were significant. I used it to buy a custom prosthetic, ombre white green fading to pale green, with cherry blossoms painted along the side. On good days, I wear it proudly. On others, I cover it with a silicone sleeve that looks like real skin, complete with stick-on nail polish for the toes. With pants and shoes on, most people can't tell. I still limp, but some days it's barely noticeable. I also bought a new car. Learning to drive with my left foot took months of practice and even more therapy to get past the PTSD, but I did it. I'm proud of that. Today, I drove my boyfriend, my sister, her girlfriend, and our mom to the store. I have a handicap placard because in addition to my leg, I deal with chronic hip, neck, and back pain. My lungs were damaged too. Pneumonia set in while I was intubated in a coma. Walking long distances wears me out fast, so parking close to the door isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. I pulled into a handicap spot near the entrance. I didn't cut anyone off. I didn't see anyone waiting. I just parked. That's when I heard the car door slam. A man, maybe in his 50s, stormed toward me. He'd parked in the yellow striped zone, the area you're not supposed to park in at all, and was already shouting before I even got out. "Are you kidding me?" He yelled. "You just stole that spot from someone who actually needs it." I stood there, keys in hand, frozen. "You're just some kid with no respect," he continued. "People are truly sick and suffering, and you think you can just take up a handicap spot because you're too lazy to walk?" My boyfriend stepped forward. "Dude, back off." "No," the man snapped. "She needs to move, now." My sister grabbed my arm. "Let's just go inside. It's not worth it." But this wasn't the first time. A few months ago, someone called the police on me in a different parking lot. They didn't believe me until I showed them my placard and medical documents. I was tired of defending myself, tired of being judged by people who saw a young woman in leggings and assumed I was faking. I looked at the man. Okay. His face softened slightly, probably thinking he'd won. "I'll move," I said. I walked back to the driver's side and opened the door. My group looked confused. My mom whispered, "Honey, you don't have to." I sat down in the seat, my legs angled out toward the parking lot. I was wearing a skirt and leggings, so the prosthetic wasn't obvious at first, but I reached down, unclipped the lock at my knee, and pulled the entire leg off. I held it up. The cherry blossoms caught the sunlight. The pale green ombre gleamed. My stump, scarred and uneven, was fully visible. The man's face went white. "Is it okay if I still park here?" I asked. My voice was calm, almost sweet. He didn't answer. He just stared. "I asked you a question," I said. He turned and walked away, muttering something under his breath. I caught the words disgusting and rude. He said I could have just told him, that I made him look stupid. A small crowd had gathered. A woman with a cart covered her mouth. A teenager stared, wide-eyed. My sister's girlfriend let out a nervous laugh. I reattached my leg, locked it back into place, and stood up. "Let's go," I said. Inside the store, my group was quiet. My mom finally spoke. "That was a lot." "He deserved it," my boyfriend said. My sister shook her head. "He made it so awkward. Everyone was staring." "They were already staring," I said. "At least now they know why I was parked there." "You could have just explained," my mom said gently. "You didn't have to take it off." I stopped walking. "I shouldn't have to explain. I have a placard. That should be enough. But now people are uncomfortable," my sister said. "Good," I said. "Maybe next time they'll think twice before harassing someone." My boyfriend squeezed my hand. "I think you handled it perfectly." We finished shopping in silence. When we got back to the car, the man was gone. The yellow striped zone was empty. I drove us home. No one said much. My sister kept glancing at me like she wanted to say something but didn't. Later, my mom texted me. "I understand why you did it, but maybe there's a gentler way next time." I didn't respond. Because here's the thing. I've tried gentle. I've explained. I've shown my placard. I've pulled up my pant leg to reveal the prosthetic. And still, people don't believe me. They see my age and decide I'm not disabled enough. So today, I made it impossible to ignore. I made him look at what he refused to see. And yeah, maybe I embarrassed him. Maybe I made things awkward. Maybe I should have just walked away, but I didn't. I took off my leg and held it up in a parking lot, and I do it again.